Okay, so we are here, dude. We got some Squadra stuff to talk about now. I don't know how many of you guys have already seen this. However, it was leaked, right? Leaked, quote unquote. Revealed, I guess is the word I should use, or the information was released. That's the right wording. The information was released to us today, about the patch notes, as well as the win rates of and hero win rate and pick rate. Right, we'll look at this later. For right now, I think we need to do a little bit of talking about these patches. And now, I think that they're TLDR, because I have already looked at these patches. I think the TLDR is okay, but not nearly enough. Not nearly enough. So the reason I say this is we'll go through the patches. We'll go through the patches, and I guess I'll kind of explain why. I guess, but basically, there's no buffs for characters that need buffs, like Cell. Who's another character that could really probably maybe use a buff? Go Tanks Kale. I mean, I guess if you want to argue Bojack, I guess. But also on top of just the buffs not being there, because only 17 got buffed, the nerfs are also not there. Characters like Bardock and Godku are not touched at all in this patch here, which is a big problem. Because this basically means that the meta's, at least in my opinion, on paper, it seems to me like the meta is not going to change like at all. Is kind of like why this is such a big problem. So let's go over these patches, I guess, right? So 17 got buffed. They decreased the cooldown on a skill 1. That's fine. Like 2 seconds. That's fine. Yeah, pretty good. They didn't increase the time, like the time that your enemy will be stunned when you land the boosted skill 2. They didn't increase that, which is very good. That's good. Sure. I think 17 could really probably use a lot of the help that he can get, but I think this is the biggest buff that they gave him. I think it's really good. They actually increased the amount of health that the Android barrier gives, which I think is really cool. Just because I'm not gonna say his barriers wasn't enough, because I thought he actually his barriers were pretty good regardless. But like I think this extra help that they gave 17, I think is really good. Dude, I don't know. I just really like 17 buffs. I think 17 is a very cool character. Back in season 3, Jordan Stanko, I think probably is the best tech player on the game ever, right? He ran 17 a lot in season 3, right? I think he made him look good, and that inspired me to kind of play 17 too. And I think he's definitely on the more fun side of technical. So I think I'm always down for 17 buffs, right? Because I'm gonna be honest, I don't really see how, without changing a lot of stuff about his kit, I don't see how you make 17 oh my god, busted or toxic, right? Which I think is good. I think 17 is one of those characters who are not toxic. They're not overly broken, but they're still good. They're still fun, still runnable. I think 17 is definitely very good. I do like that. Now this is okay. Now we're gonna move into the parts where I'm like, huh, what's going on here? Because Hit got he already got a pretty sizable nerf last time he got nerfed, in the fact where they got rid of his permanent invis. They got rid of it, right? They made it so the cooldown doesn't start actually recovering. So his skill 3 wouldn't actually start the cooldown until he was out of his invis. Before, the way it worked is as soon as you use the skill 3, the cooldown would start, and basically you'd have it back before your invis would run out, and that would lead to Hit having permanent invis, which I think was a much needed change. I think it was a much needed change for Hit. I know a lot of Hit players that I'm friends with are crying, bitching, and whining, and moaning, and fucking everything in between. Oh my god, I got nerfed! Oh my god, I can't believe this, man. I don't give a fuck, dude. Alright, permanent invis? You're telling me being permanently invisible on the map is fair? And then they'll make the fucking argument that oh, there's so much AoE. Bitch, just don't go near it. As a Hit player, you should not be, in my opinion, Hit is not a character that is, gonna be doing a lot in team fights. Sure, he provides invisibility, or he provides, debuffs with the skill 1, right? But You can do skill 1 from afar, and the skill 2, I feel like you don't even want to be really using that, like, because you reveal yourself with skill 2, the enemy team's just going to be like, oh, wait, there's the hit, let's jump him. Like, that's what's going to happen. And that's what does happen, and they bitch and cry. Like, dude, please, man. But regardless, despite all that, all my ranting, my mini rant about hit, this nerf, I think, was very much completely unnecessary. Nerfing the timing that he's invisible like this, I think, was completely unnecessary, because now there's really no reason at all to level up the skill 3 from what it looks like. Because if it's the same time all throughout, then what's the point of leveling it up? You just pry out his other skills and just level it up last. Like, I don't know. It just seems a little silly to me. It seems a little silly. Trunks, his burst sword, they decrease the damage scaling when enemy total HP is below a certain amount. So they made it 150 to 135. This is another nerf that's like, it just doesn't make sense. Like, it genuinely makes 0 sense. Like, Trunks, I don't think was a big problem. Again, this leads back to the point. They're not nerfing the actual problems with the game. Godku, fucking Bardock, Dende. They're not nerfing those problems. They're just nerfing characters based off a fucking dice roll. Like, they're actually spinning the wheel, like, and that's how they decide who to buff and nerf. And I guess this time, like, here's exactly what they do. They roll a dice to see how many buffs they're giving. They roll a dice to see how many nerfs they're giving. And then they spin a wheel to see who's getting fucking buffed or nerfed. And that's how they decide what to do for the patch notes. That's what it's feeling like to me, man. That's genuinely what it feels like right now. Like, to me. Like, I don't get it. I don't get it. That doesn't make sense. Now we're gonna get to the part where we actually are getting to some of the good nerfs here. Where, like, I think, like, when I say good nerfs, I mean the characters themselves that are getting nerfed deserved, I think, the nerf. I think, okay, so let's start with Bulma first before I talk about Kefla. Bulma, they nerfed her HP, but they increased her armor, which, to me, you can't, like, you can't do that. Like, it doesn't make sense why you nerf her base HP, but then increase the armor she gets. I feel like that kind of defeats the purpose of the nerf itself. That kind of just defeats the whole purpose, no? Like, am I crazy for saying that? Because Bulma's problem is that she gets out too fast. And nerfing her HP could help with that, for sure. But then you also give her armor on top of it. And what else you don't do is that you don't nerf her mobility. That doesn't make any fucking sense whatsoever. Because I don't think they just don't understand the problems that are actually transpiring within the game. What? You know, whatever. I'm not using fancy words. They're not paying attention to the problems that are actually happening in the game. And that's part of the reason why we think this patch is not good, and why I don't think it's very good, is because they're not paying attention to what needs to be done. There are no Bardock nerfs. There are no good, no nerfs that Bulma actually needed to have. No Godku nerfs. No Dende nerfs. It just, like, I don't know, man. Like, I don't know. But let's look at Kefla now. No, okay, actually, Kefla, I do not think Kefla really needed a nerf. I think she could have used one, and she did get one. But I really do not think that Kefla is, like, if we're gonna pick a select few characters or things to nerf, Kefla's not really highest on the list. Kefla probably is up there with, like, okay, we can probably tone her down a little bit. But to me, at least, Kefla does not seem like an uber broken character now, right? Because she was on release. But now, like in Season 6, you know, post Goku Black release, Kefla was not, like, really on the top of my list for, like, oh my god, dude, this character's so, like, BS, they're PDFs, like, kill them now. That's not, Kefla was not up there. I think, like, if we're actually doing a good, like, or, like, a big patch, I think Kefla you could nerf her a little bit, and we're fine, that's not a problem. But when you're giving us a small patch like this, like, Kefla should not be on here if we're just, like, having a select few, like, things get, like, touched, right? Doesn't make any sense. But as to what her actual nerfs are, right? Her skill 2. So they decrease the damage on it, right? Which is, I guess, sure. And they also decreased the damage while the passive was up, which is sure. I mean, they just nerfed the damage overall, right? Sure. The ult. So this is her ult attack, right? They decreased the damage to it by 450. Which sure, I guess, dude. Whatever. And then the fall off, they made it from 10% to 6%, which sure. I mean, like my opinion of this Kefla nerf is just sure, whatever, dude. Like, it also is just like why now, really, when like you're not doing anything else, really, but like this is just like a sure. Whatever, dude. Whatever. But yeah. I think I got most of what I wanted to say out of the way, right? I talked about how, like, you know, I think we should have, you know, the patch should have been bigger. They should have touched the actual problems that we were having and maybe added some actual buffs to characters that need them. Again, like Cell, Bojack, Kale, who else? Go Tanks, I guess, yeah. Yeah, I think that's, yeah, we touched on that. They're not, what else, I mean, even do I need to talk about? I guess, like, I don't know, man. Yeah, TLDR, dude, please do actual good patches instead of BS ones, please. Thank you. The game's gonna EOS if we keep doing this, stuff like this. Game's gonna go just EOS if this stuff like this keeps happening, so please, help. Alright. So let's take a look at this here. So let's move over. Let's start with the pick rates here. So let's start at the bottom. So okay, yeah, we'll start at the kind of the bottom here. Let me see. How does this look? A little weird. Okay, so yeah, we'll just so I'll zoom in a little more. Okay, that's good. That should be good. Okay, so start from the bottom here. We have Kid Han, 5th. Okay, into Fat Boo, the Gammas, Krillin, and this is the pick rate, right? Keep in mind, this is the pick rate right here. That's what we're looking at right here. Krillin. That's interesting to me because that's interesting to me. What? That's so interesting. Is it? It has to be because of the mind nerfs. Because I guess all the Krillin LARPers are gone, dude. I guess that's what's happening. I guess that's what's happening, dude. The Krillin LARPers are gone. Because Krillin, keep in mind, when Beerus released and the season started, Krillin was strong as all hell. Right? But now they nerfed his minds again, and he's all the way down here in the slums, dude. Holy. 17, sure. This is, that's Daima. This is Daima. Mini is Daima. Zamasu, 18. First form of K. Dubris, Kale. Oob, hit. And Ultan, Cooler, I got, sure. Maybe Piccolo being all the way up here. I don't see a lot of Piccolo, at least on NA. So that is interesting to me. That like people are picking Piccolo more than like Baby, but I guess it kind of makes sense. 4G doesn't sell. Okay, really? Caulifla, Bojack, Kid Ku, Vegito, 3Ku, Kid Buu. Super Saiyan Vegeta being all the way up here is a little crazy to me, considering that he's not really that good. But I guess with the Dende, I guess with like Dende now being a thing, I guess, dude. I guess. And Gogeta, Final Form Frieza, okay, yeah, Go Tanks. I guess people don't really play Final Form. I was talking to Deli, the Little Blue, like, and even Minato like pointed this out to people. Like, not a lot of people are playing like Final Form, which is a little crazy because I still think Final Form is a very good character, right? But I guess just people don't like Frieza. I guess I don't know. Go Tanks, Bulma, Broly, Base Ku, Topo Trunks, God Ku, Bardock, Beerus, Kefla, Goku Black. See, Goku Black being up here makes sense. So, okay, all servers, I'm looking at up here, all servers from July 29th to August 4th. So this is when Goku Black released, right? Yeah, I believe this is when Goku Black released, and then a week. So this was like everything from... Okay, this is like a week's worth, right, of data. So Goku Black being up here does make sense to me a lot, right? He's the new shiny toy. Plus it's Goku Black, so makes sense. And it is crazy because, like, I was going to point out, right, the nurse and stuff, like, it feels like they kind of go off this, like, the pick rate. But if that's the case, then there's no reason why, like, Bardock's untouched, why Godku's untouched, Bulma remained untouched for, like, the longest time, right? It doesn't make sense to me. Okay, now the win rate. Here, let's see. So, baby, Beerus. Oh, wow. Okay. Because, so, Beerus is all the way up here, right? All the way up here. This is where Beerus is. Number 3. Beerus is 3 right now. And the fact that he is the 3rd highly picked character, right? And the fact that his win rate is so low should have been an immediate, like, what's it called? Like, aha moment, I guess. But then, was that fucking weird? Was that cringe? That should have been an instant, like, knock to the head to the devs. They're like, yo, maybe Beerus fucking sucks, dude. Like, maybe he's, like, bugged or something, dog. Like, dude, come on, man. Come on. Kid Han makes sense. 17, Cooler. Oh, don't even get me started on my thoughts on Cooler, dog. Don't even get me started. Vegito, Piccolo. Topo being all the way down here is also interesting to me. Because I would also say Topo's a good character, too. Where's Topo on the pick rate? He's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He's 7 on here. And he's all the way here on the bottom set, like bottom like 9-ish or something. Like, interesting to me. That's very interesting. Krillin. Okay, yeah, wow. Okay. And Dabura. 18. 4 Vegeta, Super Saiyan Vegeta, Zamasu. Wait. Final form is all the way down here? What? Okay. Cell. God. Wait. I'm like, hold on, guys. I'm not. Sorry. Wait. Hold on. Sorry. I'm sorry. I gotta just make sure I'm looking at this correctly. Squeaks glasses. What? What? Godku? Is he lost? Hello? What's he doing all the way down here in the win rates? Hello? I thought Godku would be all the way up high. Dude, all the way up here. Dude, not down low, bro. I guess he's too slow. The fuck? Like, what the hell? Like, God, Vegeta has a higher win rate. That's interesting. Wow. Goku Black being down here, too, also is kind of interesting. And then Fat Boo, Ulton, Broly, Super Saiyan Goku hit? Really? Okay, wow, all the way up here. I expected hit to be a little lower, but I guess sure. Oob, Kid Buu, 3Ku, and the Gammas I think are also a bit lost, right? I did not think people would be winning this much with Gammas. But, you know, sure. And then this is Kid Q. Gotank's also up here. It's interesting. Caulifla. Kale, please, dude. I need Kale buffs. Don't put her up here, dog. Stop winning with Kale. And then first form, I guess. First form definitely is like a solo queue like demon, so sure. Which I imagine is like how most people who play the game play, right? Yeah, first form. Daima. Bardock makes sense. Bojack, really. Kefla Trunks. And Bulma. God, who could have fucking guessed? Who could have guessed, dude? Bulma. Number fucking... Where is she? Yeah, she's actually lower on the pick rate than I thought. But number 1 on the win rate, despite being somewhat lower than I expected on the pick rate, I think is also kind of crazy, dog. I think that's crazy. I think that's crazy. Wow. Wow. A lot of interesting stuff, man. I don't know. I think I've said all I had to say, right? I said all the stuff I had to say in the video. So, guys, if you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Comment down below what you guys think of the patch notes and the win rates and pick rates. Let me know what you guys think of that down in the comment section down below. I will catch you guys in the next one, dude. Bye.